Yeah, fuck yeah. My name is Tanner Wayne. I play drums for In Flames. We just released For Gone last February, I believe. And we're at home now. We're about to do an Asia Australia tour coming up. Really stoked.
Beautiful, mate. Thanks for joining us today.
Fuck yeah. Thank you for having me, man.
My pleasure, bro. So, as you say, In Flames return to Australia in 1 month's time for the Clash of the Titans tour with Kreator, starting in Adelaide on February 13th, then going through Melbourne, Canberra, and Sydney, and finishing in Brisbane on February the 18th. So, is this going to be your first run of shows for 2024?
Yes, sir. Yeah, and what a crazy one. I mean, before we get to Australia, we do Indonesia, Japan, China, Singapore, Bangkok, India. Maybe I'm missing one. So it's going to be, where am I? I looked at some weathers and it's like all over the place. So it's going to be a journey for sure.
Yeah, so it's a pretty big run of shows all up, mate, a long way from home. So, how do you prepare yourself mentally and physically, I guess, for a big stretch of shows away from home like that?
It depends on, at the end of the day, I'm trying to mentally strengthen myself at all times. But it really depends. It sucks that the older I get, the more I crave comfort. Because me and my touring friends joke all the time about how comfortable we were when we first started and how we had $90 in our bank accounts and we're sitting there fucking eating microwaved hot dogs and just listening to our Walkmans, just so fucking going for it. And now I'm 17 years in and I kind of crave comfort, but tour's not very comfortable most of the time. So it's interesting, man. Yeah, I mean, I meditate every day. I read. I do all the mental health things to make sure that I'm present and appreciative when I get to these moments. But it depends per country, and it depends. Are we flying every day? What's going on? And Asia's rad. The fans are so rad. The fans are so respectful. I'm such a huge Asian food fan. That's good. That's going to be incredible. So I'm really looking forward to this trip.
Right. So along those lines, mate, like you're no stranger to traveling, of course. So what are two non-essential items you'll always take with you on the road?
Essential items, as I was saying?
Non-essential.
Non-essential. Oh fuck, I don't know. Everything I bring is not essential. I try not to get too neurotic with like bringing shit, but I definitely have like a little pack on me. And most of it's kind of like comfort shit. I have like this Thai herbal inhaler that I actually use on stage every night too. It's just filled with herbs and it's like it blasts your nose when you sniff it, and it helps with stomach aches and vertigo and pretty much everything you deal with flying. So that's really cool. Really love that. And then fuck, I don't know, man. If you were to look at my bag, most people just like, what the fuck? So many vitamins and protein powders and just fucking stupid shit. Cause again, with my mental health shit, like I want to feel like I have all the things on me, and like when I'm in fucking Shanghai, China, sometimes I might not have this medicine that gets me from being sick or like whatever. So I try to balance, bringing enough stuff on me that I'm handled for whatever goes on, but also not too much to where I'm kind of just being a neurotic idiot.
So all that aside, bro, what can fans expect from In Flames on this tour?
We've discussed playing a different set list than we have been. So some songs, we're gonna pull some songs out from the first records as well as the newer ones. And we're just gonna fucking go out there and have a blast as we always do. And we're excited to see the fans, especially I've never done a club tour with them in Australia and some of the parts of Asia. So I'm looking forward to seeing a literal representation of like the work we did at the festivals, right? Like see who from the festivals as well as who already knew the band, like who we're going to bring out to these shows.
And you're going to be touring Australia with the mighty Kreator, mate. Like it's a match made in heaven. But why, from your point of view, why choose those guys to tour with?
I'm going to be very honest with you. Step one, I didn't choose them. Step two, I don't really know Kreator that well, man. Like which is rad because like I get to see them play. That's going to be my first like real moment of like listening listening to them and like absorbing it, right? And like the purest form is a live show. It's just like when we did Meshuggah, we just did our second tour with Meshuggah. I hadn't really listened to Meshuggah before seeing them. So to see them live is like a crazy way to fucking absorb that for the first time. So I'm really looking to hanging and meeting and watching Kreator play. I'm also looking forward to not having to do the whole headliner set and get a little relaxation time in there.
Yeah. So on that note, mate, like it is a co-headlining tour. So does that mean that you guys are going to be playing alternating headline sets across the tour, or does it mean you just be playing the same amount of time every night?
I haven't heard. I know nothing. Yet. I know for a fact. Oh, hey, I know for a fact that we are going to be playing the same amount. But I'm not sure if we're going to switch back and forth. But like I said, in regards to craving comfort, if we can play first every night, I'm down, because then I get to go try to catch up on some rest that I'll be lacking on this trip.
Okay, so we spoke about this a bit before, but you released your most recent album, Borne, last February, mate. So how are the fans reacted to that?
It's interesting because we haven't done a lot of club stuff since releasing it, and the ones that we have, because that's the biggest representation of how the album's doing, is how many people are coming to our shows. And we did a couple on this last one and it was insane. And then seeing the end of the year lists that we made in regards to people thinking it was their favorite album of the year, it's been awesome, man. It's been incredible. And it's been a pleasure to be a part of that, of a record that is for me, from an outsider's perspective, I know that like a lot of the fans, Battles isn't their favorite record, and maybe I the Mask isn't their favorite record, but for me to be able to be fully a part of an album for my first time and have it be forgone is an honor, because I know that it holds its own weight. I know that it's unique. I'm honored that they let me do kind of whatever the fuck I want on it, and I'm stoked that people seem to be receiving it really well, rather than some sort of what the fuck is this backlash in regards to how it compares to the earlier records. So I'm really thankful that it's gone so well.
Yeah. And how much of that are you going to be playing live on these shows?
We've been playing, I guess, at least like 4 songs a night from the record. It's tough because we don't really get a chance to rehearse that much. So like pulling out one that we've never done is kind of rare. We did End the Transmission a handful of times last summer, and it was kind of unrehearsed. So it's kind of a dangerous game we play, but definitely the classics, you know, the big ones on the record. And yeah, we try to mix it up. So I'm hoping we do a lot.
So bands always expect certain things from bands when they go and see them live, but as a band, what do you guys expect from your fans when they come to a show?
We struggle with this because every night we get right in the room, and like right when we're like after the show, right when we're in the green room, we kind of like, okay, how was it? Well, what did you think it was? What do you think it was like? And we're very honest with each other. And a lot of the time, each of us has a very different show. Yeah. I could have had a shit show. My singer had a great show. So it's this interesting thing where at the end of the day, we really want everyone to fucking mosh and jump and beat the shit out of each other and crowd surf. But we joke that we would never do that. So who the fuck are we to expect that, right? Like, or frustratingly expect that. So when we go backstage and we're like, oh, the crowd wasn't that great, we really honestly figure out, was it great? Or are we selfish and pricks because at the end of the day, we'd be in the back of the room with a beer, not fucking moving at all, maybe not even clapping because we got a beer in our hands. So try to keep it real, and it helps us because the last thing you want to do is get off stage and be hypercritical of how the fans were, when in all reality, a lot of the shows we have, especially supporting Meshuggah, sometimes the crowd would just stare at us. And even though that's not like the best physical representation of how we did, we know that they're absorbing us. Yeah. And that means they can come out again. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, yeah, we want you to beat the shit out of each other. And we want you to go psycho like we're 10 different Slipknots on stage. But we understand that we fucking wouldn't do that. And who are we to pressure you? But please come and just have a fucking blast. We just want to see smiles and please clap after songs. And at the end of the day, we're having such a blast with each other on stage that that's kind of what we focus on anyways.
So In Flames are considered by many to be massively influential in the heavy metal scene in general. So what do you personally see as the band's major achievements to metal?
Well, I've only been in the band 6 years, and I've been lucky enough to do some psycho shit with them in terms of achievements. I mean, I think the biggest achievement is for them to be on their 14th album, right? And I say them because I wasn't in a lot of those records, or the majority of those records. So the fact that they're still doing what they do is absolutely insane, especially at the level that we're doing it. But since I've been in the band, we got the headline Vakken, which was such a blast. That same weekend, or maybe the following weekend, we played for over 500,000 people in Poland, which was absolutely incredible. There's a ton of stuff, man. Like even just the making all the end of the year lists last year, and for Gone doing so well, that was incredible. So I can only speak from the achievements that we've done since I've been in the band, but just the fact that we're still able to do this and getting the tours that we're getting is every year is a new celebration of the band's history.
Very cool. So what's next for In Flames after you finish the Australian tour, bro?
I get caught up in saying shit that I shouldn't, so I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna catch myself. So yeah, I mean, we do this tour. We're off for a couple months. I know some festivals have been announced in May, so we're going to do some American festivals in May, which is always a blast. And then we're off for the summer, and that other tour was announced too, so I won't fuck that up. We're going on tour in the fall, and let's really not make me fuck this up. Yeah, with Arch Enemy and Soilwork.
Very good, bro. Very good. All right, mate. Yeah. Well, thanks for your time, Tanner. Been a pleasure to speak with you, mate. I'll give you 5 minutes to go and gather your thoughts before the next interview.
You're the fucking man. Tell your daughters to give their papa a hug and make sure they're appreciating you, all right?
No worries at all, bro. You enjoy yourself. I'll see you at the Brisbane show.
Fuck yeah, man. I can't wait to see you. Enjoy your day, brother.